located just outside of New York City. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC Wildcard matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
60 or 66. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll set up a throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Well, someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
And the return man will shuffle through the white stuff, secure the fair catch with both hands. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And to give this time to the tailback. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
And what a tough environment to roll into. On the road, playing one of the better teams in the league, obviously, because this is the playoffs. So what do teams talk about? Bringing their own momentum, bringing their own energy on the road, because you know you won't get any from the home crowd.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Young. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. A look now at the defensive starters for the Jets. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
I was so proud of you in our meeting with the defensive coordinator because you asked the question that set him off. And all you said was, so what improvement do you need to see this week, Coach? And boy, he got fired up, didn't he? Takeaways. We need turnovers. Got to create them. Got so animated, jumped up in our meeting. It was fun to watch.
Somehow I always upset a coordinator in those meetings. Yeah. But they like you. Young on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Let's go, D.
Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it. And he comes back with one complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. On first down, it's Paul. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll rifle this one into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5, past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Complete to Bryant. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On play action, they'll throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Here we go.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. And it's fielded at the 34. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
57. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 57's Mike. Mike 57. I don't think you got it, son. Slay.
On 2nd down, it's Paul. And an alley to run. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
It's a big play there for the Steelers. 44 yards on the ground. Nothing fancy there. A little smash mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Young will set to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Langley, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll look to throw. Bryant has it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away. He'll try and run it. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. 6-0 our score after 1.
60 Pittsburgh. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you. Deep grip.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Hey, that's all day, baby. You're so.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
65.
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down again.
Sack City.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now here's Young. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
57's the mark.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
To throw, Young. Wide open receiver, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this down to the 35.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Young, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
You got it. You got it.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Young now, throwing on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And just a quick hitch route there, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Second down in inches. And that'll be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to lay one up deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant. 94 is the mark, 94 is the mark. Watch out, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Check 49.
Now Young, gonna throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Young now. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Check 52.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Let's go,
So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, guys, thanks very much.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A first down throw for Young. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Mike 57. Go, go, go. 57.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Strip that ball. Strip that ball. 57's the Mike. Watch 57.
I'm on. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey, what's the ball? What's the ball?
57's Mike.
On second down, Young again. And this is caught at the 8. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
We don't want this. Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Langley. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Coming to you.
Go.
They go play action here on first down. It gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They run the counter. Langley. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. A 6-yard touchdown run. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Replay.
Young looks to throw on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Young to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. But guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready up.
50 seconds to Mike. Ready? Tight, tight. Watch left. Tight, tight. Watch left.
Go.
They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught inside the 5. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking to get it to Parker again, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 3 yards out. And the Jets have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go! Let's do it!
Now this offense about ready to take over again. Right now, Charles, this is the drive of the season. You're on the road here in the playoffs. It's put up or shut up. They need points.
This is where you have to come together as a team, as you just noted, on the road. So that means they've carried that mentality with them throughout. Hey, we've got to go on the road. We've got to rely on ourselves, right? Focus, yet still find the fun in it. How great is this, guys? Look at the spot we're in right now. And then go to your top players, call the plays that they run best.
Yeah, sort of controlling their own destiny, but this place has been loud. Not going to be easy.
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
It's our deal. Hey, shut up.
Young to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Now Young. And out across midfield down to the 45. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll run on first down. Paul, this will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd and a couple, Young. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a first down throw for Young. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up.
Here's Young. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Get up. Let's go.
On first down, Langley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's the Jets punter now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's taken on the 25.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on fourth down leads to 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
You must be getting tired of seeing this.
On 2nd down now, Langley. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. On 3rd down, Langley. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
It's now 3rd and 13.
And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year, but I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get into their off-season program, and they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it. Building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh?